What about some key strategies that really helped you? Because I know a lot of people have an idea, they set some goals, and then they only know what they know. How did you, so, and you found your mentor, but how would just any regular person out there figure out what to do next?
A genius in an area without the will to succeed, the drive to succeed, and the passion to succeed will fizzle out. And so, one of the things that I learned early on was setting goals is one part of the equation. A couple of things that I realized that I think sports gave me the benefit of was the power of repetition. So if you were to learn the alphabet, if you were to learn how to walk, if you were to learn language, or you learn sports, or learn a guitar or piano, there are the basics. You practice the basics, which allows you to then move to a little bit more complex, activity or action, which allows you to go from, conscious effort to unconscious competence. And so I learned the power of perfect practice when I was very, very young, because you had to practice a layup perfectly. You had to practice getting the puck in the net in hockey perfectly. You had to practice doing it right, not just doing it. So when I got into the world of business and the world of sales and the world, I wasn't afraid to practice and to fail and to stand back up. But I also learned a really important lesson, and that was around being resourceful when you don't have resources. So one of my earliest lessons when I was 16 years old is I wanted to go to basketball camp. And my family didn't have money to send me to basketball camp. I lived in Montreal. Basketball camp was in New York. It was with a professional basketball player, and the camp was like, $1,000, and my family couldn't afford $1,000. And so somebody said to me, well, why don't you ask if you could work at the camp? And so I called the camp and said, hey, do you need somebody to work at the camp? I said, no. I said, I really want to come to the camp. What could I do to come to the camp? And I remember the gentleman's name, Alex Robinson. Now this, I'm telling you, is 39 years ago.
Wow.
39 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, let me see. 39 years ago. Alex Robinson said to me, well, I'll let you come for a discounted price if you can bring 4 other kids with you. I said, okay. So I started to ask every kid that I knew who may want to go to camp if they want to go to basketball camp with me. And so I got 4 other kids, and they paid, their parents paid for them, and Alex let me come to basketball camp for $500, of which I paid $250 because I had a paper route, and my father and mother came up with the other $250. So the point that I want to make is when you don't have resources, you have to think of being resourceful. And there are so many ways to achieve something. So if you need knowledge or information, Google it. Go to Udemy. Go to Coursera. Go to all of the places that offer free knowledge and information. Start there.
Right.
If you need, to upgrade your knowledge and skills on sales, marketing, management, finance, health, relationships, career, business, spirituality, you don't need to spend a nickel, and you could keep busy with free stuff for the next 5 years.
That's where I spend all my time, on those courses.
And nobody has the right anymore to say, I can't, I don't know, it's too hard. Baloney.
Right.
And so resourcefulness is really, really, really critical. The other part of it was to learn how to not take rejection personally. And again, I'll go back to when I was a kid. I wanted to win the school raffle contest for selling the most raffle tickets. Some kids, sold chocolates, but we sold raffle tickets that people would buy for $1 or for $5 for a book of 10, whatever the case is. And the first prize was a bicycle. And my family couldn't afford to buy me a bicycle. And so I was taught by the gym teacher how to ask people to buy a raffle ticket. And so where most kids went out and said, hey, do you want to buy a raffle ticket? I said, hey, how would you like to help me win a bicycle while you help our school paint the murals in the school so we'd have a much more wonderful environment? He taught me
Excellent.
one line, one line. He says, don't ask me if they want to buy a raffle ticket because they want to buy a raffle ticket, but they might help you, win a bicycle. They might help the school paint the wall so that the environment's better for the kids. So in one simple sentence, I was able to sell 5, 10 times more raffle tickets than any other kid because I asked for help. And that really is the second or third part of this is why are so many of us afraid to ask for help and say, I don't know, could you please help me? And the reason I suggest that is there are so many people with the knowledge, the skills, the contacts, the resources, the blueprint, the map that want to help others, but they don't ever get asked.
Yeah.
Or people are just afraid because they're afraid of being rejected. And so I learned many years ago that when people reject, they don't reject you 99.9% of the time. They reject what you may have offered them. They may reject the product, the service, the request, but not you. And rejection of a product, service, or request is something that either works for them or doesn't work for them, but it also could be that you didn't ask the right way. And so that's where it's yours, my responsibility to learn how to do whatever it is that we need to do at the highest level possible. And in the world that we live in the world of whether it's sports, music, money, business, teaching, there are people that do it at the kindergarten okay level. And I don't mean teaching at the kindergarten level, but being an average kindergarten teacher. There are people who do it at a very, very, very high level. And I decided many years ago I wanted to play whatever game I was playing at a high level. And so playing at a high level is a decision that you need to make, and then you need to reverse engineer. How do I need to think? What do I need to feel? What are the knowledge? What are the skills that I need to upgrade to play at that level if I have the aptitude?
Wow. Wow. So anybody can be successful, John,
Absolutely.
which gives us
Absolutely.
hope, which really does give everybody hope.